What up, my freaks? RuinousInsight here with part lucky number 13 of my Total War Warhammer 3 modded Gorbad Ironclaw Old World campaign. So as we saw last time, Scarsnake has returned and has debuted doing the quest battle to acquire his brother and giving us that massive casualty replenishment and control bonus for 2 turns, effectively fixing our public order problems, at least for now, until we're forced into our next Confederation. In addition to that, we had a great fight for Gorbad Ironclaw, who used tactics to overcome the Berserk Cornates and is looking to wipe them out rather soon. Once again, they really should have accepted our defensive alliance. We were going to let them live, and honestly, I really did want those Gorby's chariots. So all we can hope is that our ball will be eventually willing to be our friend instead. But if not, he's not doing so well either, and if we have to wipe him out, well, we certainly will. Otherwise, it's a new turn, or if not quite a new turn, more or less a new turn, so let's get ready to move. Gorbad, you're starting, and you're heading to the Beast Stone. These guys will probably have a little bit of time to rebuild at the Pillar of Bones, but, well, that's alright. You're gonna go for raiding stance right there beside it. Too bad we couldn't summon a lord on top of you in order to immediately occupy this and allow you to keep moving. But oh well, no big deal. Blorg Radder. Alright, so all of you guys... okay, we need to approach this carefully. Also, between the episodes, I fought a couple of the, little mini inconsequential fights that were not worthy of our time or attention. Anyway, Blorg Radder, we're going to have you move past the river, but not close enough to Rafrafa, and you're going to follow as well as Drag One Finger. We do have our units for you and for both of you. Oh, hello, yeah, you're gonna go here. The units are moving. And then you, Mr. Muncha Edbutt, you're going to, well, go as far as you can, I guess. I wonder how far we'll be able to jump. We can't jump to here, can we? No, it doesn't look like it. Unfortunately not. Alright, fine, fair enough. Go, well, go along the road for now. I feel like we might not be able to, well, too late. Let's just hope that we can go all the way there. I doubt it, but let's hope. Hope dies last and all that. Anyway, Muncha, but you're in a good place now. Still need to get a couple more of the Colossal Squigs to join Princess and the Killer Tomato, but eventually they'll get there. Argor Throat Cruncher. Now you are in range of the Pirates of Sartosa, and I'd love to just leave them alone and ignore them, but the fact is they hate us, and they will hate us even more after we wipe out the Southern Realms. So what can you do? Now we are just at the edges of our range. Oh, we could just move past them and go to Susuria Wood, burn it down, get a nice 18k. We will do that. Delay the issue for another turn or two. Although, yeah, you know what, just take a Pelly anyway. Who are you friends with here? You are friends with nobody other than the Seducers of Slaanesh. You're fighting the Decadent Host. Well, that's really interesting. They're trade partners with Nakari, but they're fighting Sigvald, eh? And I don't know who servants of Myrmidus are, but I guess it doesn't matter over much anyway. Anyway, Argor, go attack them. Declare war. Nobody chooses to join because we have no military allies, but that's fine. And let's see what we got here at Susuria Wood. Ooh, that seems like it would be a proper sort of a fitting fight for Mr. Argor. Occupy, I guess? Sacking would be kind of pointless anyway. And another Book of Ashur, nice find. You can also immediately level up the Greenskin camp here and then get more raiding stashes. Frankly, we are slowly but surely approaching essentially monetary self-sufficiency. I wish I had that in real life, but anyway. And that would allow us to not really care about the fact that we have negative income and just keep pumping out troops, because if every battle is generating like 20,000 gold per turn, at that point all we would need is 1 battle per turn to keep ourselves afloat. Anyway, Grom Gobscream, head to Thunder Mountain, and then to Carrick Crumb after. Oh, this is a walled settlement? It is a walled settlement, huh? And oh, they have the defensive structure. Alright, we'll give them the opportunity to sally out and build this stuff. Oh wow, really? Only 1 ram. Yeah, whatever. If we have to fight it, we'll fight it. We'll give them one turn of opportunity. I would like to get the... where is it here? And before we head up on the walls, we want... Where is Stick 'em Like Pigs? Is it on this side? Oh, it's on this side. Yeah, before hitting walls, we need Stick 'em Like Pigs, so we'll wait on that, and then we'll see. Anyway, looks like you're in decent position, Mr. Gobscream. I think these guys have 2 territories left, so you're nearly through out here. WAAAGH, you who defeated Thorgrim previously are... I don't like that this guy's nearby. Alright, let's try an ambush right outside the settlement and hope he attempts to go towards it. Our success chance is surprisingly low, despite the fact that you're a goblin army. Well, I'll give it a shot anyway. I wonder if would it be higher here? 70 here, but it might be just out of range, so... Nah, just stay there. And just stay there and hope, Mr. WAAAGH. Bartwork Backbiter. Alrighty, so you are missing 1 extra unit of Mangler Squigs to be along with a massive pile of Fanatics, but otherwise you're ready to move. Let's move you all the way through here. I don't really care about trespassing through the Tomb King's territories. We're not going to immediately have you attack the Tomb Kings. We are instead going to have you... probably wipe out the Karazakarak dwarfs. The thing is, we need to wipe them out because if we don't, they'll just continue attacking us. And it will take a little bit of time before Gorbad makes his way northward as well, so there is that to consider. Zogoth, who will not zog off, is gonna trade. You know what, yeah, you stay here, you're probably going to go into an army here eventually. Alrighty, the rest of that looks okay to me. Grotslick, I don't remember who you are. Oh, right, you're sitting in Carrick Bufdar, and will continue to do so. WAAAGH, you are in ambush, and are we ready to end the turn? The Raiders be raiding. The Clubba be recruiting, Black Orcs and Spear Boys. Maggot, oh, you need to keep ferrying these Fire Spider Rider archers. Lava Rider, whatever, Lava Spider archers. To get to the Fire Army. Which will eventually be on field. Muzg, who is Muzg? Oh, right, you're supposed to lead the nasty skulkers, and we'll just need a river troll hag in here, so that army is nearly complete, just needs to recruit stuff. Scout, somebody pointed out that we also don't have Mr. Grom the Paunch visible, but I think it would be faster to generate a scout here than it would be out there, if we have room. I guess we could use a Black Orc Big Boss for that purpose. They're a little bit expensive in terms of recruitment and stuff, but I don't think we have space for anybody else. Let's do you. Ugrok Blood Reaper, you will be the Grom Scout. Alright, go north. Alright, and thanks for reminding me, I completely forgot about Grom's existence. You are still headed to the Red Eye, now that we have found Azeg. We'll just need to keep an eye on him for a potential Confederation, and I believe that's it. Other than Zogoth, who is, you know, just get into Nashrak's army so that I don't have to look at you every single dang turn. Alrighty, that looks like an end turn to me. Let's see if the Skavens sally out, and if they don't, let's attack them. End turn. Hey, WAAAGH's ambush succeeded. He obviously doesn't need to fight this because it's a garbage little army, but still, great job, WAAAGH. The Sires of Morcaine have declared war on us. Interesting. I mean, it was bound to happen. I actually didn't want to go all the way out here into the Darklands, which makes this a little bit unfortunate. Also interesting that they're allied with Clan Krizor, which might not like all of this. Does mean we'll probably have to recruit a little army here. Do we want to draw Clan Moors and Fester? I'd say no, just because there's a decent likelihood that they say no, and then all of our allegiance will be lost. Alright, let's see what we're looking here. Minus 11,000 per turn. Getting a little bit, starting to get a little bit iffy. And hello, Mr. Toxer. Now... I guess we're gonna be... Are we in the situation again where we can't... Okay, I guess we're about to find out. Break the siege. And then attack Toxer in the field. Leadership, construction, creator, useless crown of command, a not so useless swindler, a not so useless backstabber. Snotling scavengers are useful, but on lords, not for you, Mr. Wazhumpa. Giant spider, giant wolf, giant spider, a Ragnarok spider for maggot. Who the heck? Oh. Huh, you're actually going to be useful as a lord. You know what? We should reset you and have you command something, because, I mean, you're at rank 16. That's pretty good. Alright, Wafails, Bone Rattlers, sad for the Bone Rattlers, and you will keep advancing this way. Next snap is destroyed. Tactic removed for WAAAGH and or Glugzag, rather. And I believe that's it. Okay, we got one more turn until bigger and better bosses, but until then, we have this fight. So, first of all, Spider Gob. You are going through bubbling venom now. Sure, you can make yourself stronger, but why not make all the spiders even more stronger? Alrighty, Goblin Big Boss, you have the biggest teeth, and will now start moving through Bone Dagger to get to Shroomsin, and then the Giant River Troll Hag will go for... Tempted to say Retinue Physician, starting to save the points for it, so I think we'll do that. Anyway, more spider action. I would personally never say no to it, so hopefully you guys don't either. Go. Alright, Valiant defeat, casualties high. We'll see about the... Oh, 4 warp bombs? Good lord. Getting real sick of your warp bombs there, Skaven, but, well, what can you do? Let's kill them all. Alrighty, here we go. I think, and don't quote me on this, but let's say 80% sure that this is the last fight that we will have against Clan Gnaw, especially the last fight against Clan Gnaw, who I think will be broken after this battle, but with this army in its current state. The thing is, after this, as soon as we're done with Gnaw, we will split this army into 2 different armies, with the much more melee-focused army around Arachnic Spiderclaw and the Spider Gob together, while this army is going to be a little bit more forest goblin-y and rangy, which I think will be pretty interesting. Anyway, all that aside, it's in the future. Let's see about breaking down this army first. Now, the way that we're going to do this is maybe a little bit different than in previous fights. We have the warp bombs to consider. Oh, there goes the first one over on the right flank. We do have those warp bombs to consider, and I think what we're going to do is try to blitz the enemy instead. They've activated their first warp bomb, and now it's time to try to wipe out and shatter this first army before the reinforcements arrive really quickly, especially before they can activate the second of the warp bombs. And oh, that was an absolutely magnificent charge. The Spider Riders may not have an insane amount of mass, but against Skaven Slaves and Clan Rats, that was absolutely glorious. Best charge so far. The Boar Boys that are coming up, whether it be from Gorbad's army, whether it be from Oglock the Orable's army, or from a upcoming Savage Orc army. They're gonna have to work real hard to get a nicer charge than that one. Anyway, I love these Spider Riders on their blitz attack, and we've sent in the missile damaging the ranged Spider Riders in melee as well. Everybody just charge on in to surround and destroy this first enemy stack, and by the looks of it, pretty darn successfully. The enemy lord has been chased down and assassinated by Snagla Gobspit, and the first army has been destroyed. 1 out of the 4 warp bombs has been used, but fortunately for us with comparatively little damage. Now, obviously, that was the weaker army. The March Stancing, a little host outside the enemy settlement without their elites. This army is going to be the bigger concern. They've got Doomwheel, they've got lots of these Poisonwind Globadiers and Death Globes all over the place. Hellpit Abomination, Plague Priest, and let's see. Oh, I see some Rad Ogres, a couple of units of Storm Vermin, Plague Monks, more Storm Vermin. A very elite army, especially compared to ours. As to whether they can handle ours, I guess we're going to find out. Anyway, we're going to wait until the enemy army crosses about half of the battlefield, and we are waiting over on our side with our single range unit. At least for now, single range unit. This army will have a Ragnarok Flingers with it. And it's going to do its best to try to damage the Plague Priest as, well, it's done about 25% HP damage to him so far. Now that the enemy have moved past, we're going to charge a couple of our units, our Skittering Stalkers and Web Surfers, into the enemy backline to wipe out that Plague Claw Catapult, while Snagla Grobspit has found the enemy Lord and is on the verge of assassinating him as well. Alright, now we still do have to watch out for the next enemy Warp Bomb. For now, we're going to charge our Spider Riders, our melee Spider Riders in particular, against these Rat Ogres. Not the best matchup, perhaps, as the Rat Ogres will be definitely dangerous to the relatively fragile Spider Riders. However, well, at the end of the day, the Rat Ogres are also a pretty fragile unit, so hopefully it'll be even. Anyway, the enemy is making its way forward. The Plague Priest now suffering from a Spirit Leech on top of all that damage. And it looks like the Doom Wheel has arrived as well. We're just going to try our best to tie it up. The Rat Ogres are down to about 40% of their HP, and the enemy will actually decide to sacrifice the Rat Ogres, warp bombing them to cripple the sneaky purple riders, which are going to back off. But that's another warp bomb off, and if you were wondering why we were waiting to send our even more fragile forest goblins in, that was why. Now that the warp bomb is done, the infantry will arrive to help out all of our units of Spider Riders, make their way down the hill and start applying their poisons and their damage all over the place. Let's see how they do. It does look like one of our Goblin Big Bosses that has been holding back the Hell Pit Abomination is pretty badly damaged, but it looks like the enemy's left flank is very much on the verge of being overrun here. And though we have the Error Catcher, it's not like the enemy appears to have too much in the way of missile damage here. Hell Pit Abomination still very much alive, but by and large we are ignoring it. It's got too much HP, it's got regeneration, and a lot of the other units are going to be a lot more fragile and easier to deal with. So that's what we're doing. Plus, if we can wipe out every single other unit, that'll mean, or at least shatter them, that'll mean no more warp bombs in this particular battle, which would be just lovely. Anyway, looks like most of the enemy infantry have at this point collapsed. A couple of units of Storm Vermin are still fighting, but there we go, they're routing now. And in fact, this one is shattering. In fact, the entire enemy army is shattering. Beautiful. And just that Hell Pit Abomination and the Plague Monks remain. Now we're going to try our best to focus the Plague Monks, because they can still... actually, I don't know. If we've shattered the enemy army, can they still use Warp Bomb on their unbreakable units? Well, I guess if these guys explode our units, we'll find out. On the bright side, though, now with the Plague Priest and the Doom Wheel gone, we can start dropping Spirit Leeches on the Hell Pit Abomination, get a few more hits out of our Forest Goblins, but then probably back them off, just in case the enemy starts warp bombing us instead. No need to risk that after all. Alrighty, and it looks like the last of the Plague Monks are out. The Hell Pit Abomination's down to 40% of its HP. The River Troll Hag and one of our Goblin Big Bosses holding it off, while Snagla continues to chase down enemy lords and heroes that remain. And there we go, looks like the damage is there. The Hell Pit Abomination will fall no third or fourth Warp Bomb, and it looks like the Blitz strategy probably works a little bit better than being a little bit too careful. Oh, there is one more unit of Plague Monks out here, actually. Well, that's alright. They are not particularly missile resistant. In fact, they have none, though they do have immunity to contact effects, so we can't poison them. But I suppose an arrow to the face works just as well. Gonna try to run away these forest goblins in case the enemy is looking to explode those Plague Monks on us. And it does look, the Plague Monks faster, 45 move speed versus 44, just one move speed faster. They're going to be able to catch up, and they're going to start poisoning and slowing us down. On the bright side, though, we can move in our Goblin Big Boss to charge them in the rear, hopefully distract a few of them, and allow a few more of the arrows to come in from our Spider Riders. But more or less, this is just a distraction while the cleanup happens in the background, and all of our Spider Riders, missile and melee-like, give chase to whatever other units remain. Now that our Goblin Big Boss has allowed the Forest Goblins to escape, we could simply move them away, and then snipe the last of the remaining Plague Monks. Poor little rats, they could achieve nothing there. And with that, the last rat is pin-cushioned, and this last battle is ours. Very nice. Went pretty well considering. I was very terrified of 4 frickin' warp bombs, as it's such an annoying ability, and so high damaging, but, and especially against this army, which, at least in the form of the regular forest goblins, they're so lightly armored that they can't really take one without being obliterated. That's how we lost our first unit of forest goblins a couple of episodes ago, so, yeah, anyway. Heroic victory for us, and well earned to Spider Army 1. All right, very, very nice. Unfortunately, while we have those, the feeding frenzy from Spider Gob in this army before he gets moved to the other one, it's a nice counter to those warp bombs because we're free to send the spiders in and keep the various goblins back. Oh wow, 33,000. How the heck did you do that? Well done to that one unit of forest gobs. I mean, it matched the spiders in terms of performance. But yeah, the sort of blitz tactic that we used to win that particular fight worked out pretty darn well for us, as we were able to deal with the enemy warp bombs, and I think they only got 2 off. One heavily damaging the sneaky purple riders, and then the other one, I don't remember what it damaged, but it wasn't enough. Lovely. Anyway, I'd love to slaughter captives, but we're going to have to auto-resolve the settlement, and I fear for the gobs and stuff, so I think we'll have to eat the captives this time around. Alright, that army is destroyed, and we will... Ooh, will we have enough range to... I mean, we have to sack it. It's 29,000 gold. Alright. Let's sack it. Don't screw us on this game. And free banner of Eternal Flame. Alright, sack and something... Ah, too far. Oh, no, yeah, not too far. Beautiful. Ooh, got a little bit worried there. Alright, occupy. Alrighty, so you are a tier 5, lovely, thank you, Skaven, and Banner of Eternal Flame. Did we capture anything interesting? We got the Shamanic Teepee, which frankly shouldn't be in this territory. You shouldn't be in this territory. The Horde, frankly, oh, well, actually it does have a gem mine, which I assume generates money, so yeah, we'll keep the Horde here. Generally, the Horde is not a good building to build in territories where there's only 2 settlements, simply because you're not going to generate that much money overall anyway, and you're better off using it for capacities in military structures. You will most definitely need the boss's tent. We will obviously need the... I mean, I guess since this place will be generating some money, we'll still build the raiding stashes here, and then obviously the Gobbo tents. We can... Wait, how much our capacity? We have just enough capacity to build stuff if we wanted. I do like that drummer, and I do believe we will need an army for... We'll need some stuff here, so... Shaman... Oh, we can't get this type of shaman here. Fine. What's the closest... Yeah, we can build one here. Alrighty. We'll take the drummer. Ublug. It's decent. I mean, the war painter is just straight up better, but it's not like we can... it's not like we can guarantee it, and I don't want to spend too long trait fishing, trait farming, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, oh, I also wanted to see Lost Archway of WAAAGH. Is it now worthy of a trade for Carragnar? Carragnar, Lost Archway of WAAAGH. Still no. Really? And that's with 3 military buildings. I guess then it becomes impossible. Oh, wait, no. The Boar Boy building... No, it's just being upgraded. I guess it's not possible. Well, it is what it is. We'll keep an eye on it, and maybe we can give them some money for it. It's surprising, but they do have a complete province, and frankly, I don't really care about Carragnar. It's just... It's the principle of the thing. I'd love to trade these guys Lost Archway of WAAAGH for something, though, and just so that we don't have to fight clan wars, and so that they don't betray us. I wonder if there's another settlement where they'd be willing to do a swap and then to just, yeah. I'll think about it. For now, let's keep doing whatever it was that we were doing. You, Thunder Mountain. I don't think we need the Tinkerer's Bench here, especially since we don't have room for it, so we'll delete you. And Grom is good to wipe this Clan Gnaw out. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, oh. Wait, no. This should belong... This is part of East Mad Dog Pass, which should belong to Clan Rictus. In fact, Rictus, out of curiosity, how many territories do you have? Do you have more than 4? No, they have exactly 4. So that province belongs to them. I guess... How does Clan Mordkin have 4, then? Huh, weird. Let me just see here. If Gnaw has one, and it's this territory, and these two belong to... Oh, this one. It's just out of... Yeah, okay, fine, fair enough. I'll just have to loop back around. Alright, we'll deal with it when we get to it. Gorbad, you are going to sack the Beast Stone and then keep on moving. It's worth 10,000 sack value, not bad. Alright, auto-resolve this, I believe. A little bit of damage, but nothing to be too concerned about. Sack. And fortunately, we didn't care about how far you move this time. Swindler, all the swindlers. And a Forbidden Rod and the Broken Tusks mob. 2 turns away from our new army. Crimson Killers would be nice for Mr. Grimgor. Actually, let's double check that Confederation. Drippin' Fangs. 10 settlements to them. Dang. Oh man, I fear that that's not one we can say no to. That's a lot of settlements. Granted, it is also a lot of extra territory that we're going to have to deal with, and it is, well, it's going to be some public order disliking. Let's move everybody first, and assuming I don't forget, I might do that. Let's just give it a minute. Give me a minute. WAAAGH, you will march stance towards Riffrafa. We need everybody moving southward. We have 6 turns to take Varezzo. Despite Backbiter, you're gonna move along as well in a second. Alrighty, we need... You can't get intercepted from here, can you? At least I hope you can't. We're gonna find out, and yeah, you can't get as far as I'd like you to get. But that's fine. Frankly, you're probably not gonna be needed down here soon, but we still have to wipe all of this out, and... Yeah, that's not changing anytime soon. Nash with Skinna, you're supposed to join Mr. WAAAGH. WAAAGH, you... I can't tell if you're at the edge of this range. Let's get you these 2 gobos, which are unbuffed, into one... Oh, alright, fine, fair enough. Delete you now. Goodbye, and hello. Now we have a Skinna and a Wiggler in here. Yes, ooh, and I just realized that you're rank 10, meaning we can buff up those little gobs. Landed Gobtastic. Alrighty, we are going to get those gobs buff and hollerin' into Stickum Boys for the +3 melee attack, and then Troll Piss into the Biggest Teeth for bonus versus large for the entire army, and armor piercing damage for all of y'all. Replenish troops, retinue physician. Beautiful. More healing, and the gobs are certainly going to need it. Next up, we will have... I guess we'll have Blorg. Ooh, wait. Blorg. Go here. And just give it a second. We will take Mr. Morglum de Flea, who has been delivering these guys to Blorg. And we will transfer. Alright, now... Oh, Blorg will have no more movement remaining. I wanted to start recruiting. I guess we could do so next turn. Because we have the boar building here, so he can start on his boar chariots. Let's also build this Greenskins shipyard while we're at it, and build whatever that was. You as Drag can move on in as well, but you can move past this, unlike everybody else. I'm going to assume that this minor settlement attack won't inconvenience us in any significant manner. Damage-wise, I mean. Doesn't look like it. 825 units lost, but that should be reasonably well distributed among all of our troops, so it's fine. You know what? Loot and occupy. The conquest penalty is awful, though. Maybe we can forego the 10k. Just occupy it. Screw it. I wish I hadn't done that with Blorg, but at least this way he's got time and space to... start recruiting the boar chariots, which are going to be part of his army. Swindler for everybody. Grognock. No Snotling Scavengers for you. Not for a big boss. Enemy killed in battle. Province secured. Middle Talea. Beautiful. Camp Ruckus. And, oh, I got a free squig nest out of it. Beautiful. Da Horde, and obviously the Raiden stashes as well. Now, I would like Morglum de Flea to take from... Oh, you can't do it this turn? Okay, fine. As drag one thing, that won't work, will it? Well, you can take 3 instead of 4. Freaking... Alright, I screwed this up slightly, and I guess we can't really move as far as we'd like then. But it is what it is. It's not a big deal. I want you to take these guys from Blorg. I would have liked you to take all of them, but if you can't, you can't. And then Blorg, I would like you to generate 6 Spore Boy Chariots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. A unit I have never used, or at least never been happy with. Let's see if we can make them work. That'd be... Oh! You're also supposed to lose this goblin big boss. I have to try to remember to take you. And then we'll use Morglum de Flea to deliver those guys. Your army is more or less fine, just waiting to evolve. And you guys, I guess, are good. Spite Backbite, keep... yeah, keep moving with these guys. You can also deliver units. Hopefully before these guys declare war on us. And then you... I can't say that because YouTube. We'll move down to Pavona, and you're gonna have to deliver the giant and the savage. Alrighty, there we go. Let's see what else we got. Argor Throat Crunch. You are not, unfortunately, in range of the Wood Elves. You are in range of these guys. The Wood Elves are isolationist, and they might just... Man, it would be really annoying fighting the Wood Elves. 42 move speed versus 35 move speed, so we wouldn't be able to catch the Glade Guard, eh? Huh. It would be a really interesting fight, though. And we do have these guys on the back foot. Man, I have to do the fight. It would be too much of a missed opportunity. Let's move you here. Close by. I guess we could just directly attack Caesarea Wood, because that way a billion units won't escape. Probably the best way to do it, minus the fact that, well, it'll play to the enemy's advantage, but maybe that's a good thing, because it'll make for a, even better fight. Anyway, Goblin Tinkerer Retinue. I'd love it, but we gotta get Boss of the Field, and... I don't like any of these others. Does anybody know? I mean, there's probably no way for anybody to know. This says income from post-battle loot minus 25%. I assume that this means for this particular lord and not for the faction. But if it's for the faction, this is terrible. It's just that this is clearly faction-wide, and then this, it's unclear. And the reason I think it's unclear is because if we take a look at this, it says income from post-battle loot faction-wide. But there are other traits, like, is it Swindler? Yeah, see, Swindler just says income from post-battle loot, and I assume it's... Well, yeah, well, it doesn't say faction-wide, so this must not be faction-wide, right? I really don't want to, because if we get too many of these, and it is in fact secretly faction-wide and just doesn't say it, it would completely screw up our faction, because we wouldn't be able to make money anymore. And then we're dead. So I don't know. Oh, also I should probably evolve these to stone trolls. I feel like we'd use stone trolls in this army rather than river trolls. Yeah, I think Argor deserves it, especially since he's using basic orc boys. He should probably use the best of the trolls. Wouldn't you agree? Stone trolls? Wait, how many models? 12. Okay, so it shouldn't lose HP. And, okay, we only got one. The rest have to fight their way to evolving. Alright. Lovely. And just in case the enemy attacks us, we should actually apply that point. Let's get you the biggest axe, I guess. I think nothing else is super critical here. We have the big lads. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna forget. So let's just get the biggest and strongest for the trolls for when they eventually inevitably reach rank, whatever it is. 7. We're heading to Retinue Physician, though. Funnily enough, what do you have in terms of spell work? Well, we will have Foot of Gork here. You know what? Let's get Foot of Gork. Yeah. I'm just thinking we'll need to have spells to be able to hit back at the Wood Elves. Let's get Feta Biuna and the Purple Sun. I don't think we'll be using them in this particular battle, and I would love to get Retinue Physician anyway, but let's just not risk it. Alright, let's do that. And then the Black Orc Big Bosses. You have Battle Leader. Leading from the front is kind of irrelevant. 1 Orc Army, Killing Blow versus 20% cooldown, but also effect range on Get Back here. Okay, Boss of the Field is clearly the superior option. Granted, we actually have to get back here and smash them faster, but we will. Eventually, inevitably. Tough as nails training. And then you will have the same thing, Boss of the Field training and... Huh. What am I missing? You're rank 14. Oh, you're one rank ahead. Okay, fair enough. Now, I guess we'll start going through We Are the Elite first and then move through Get Back here, which is also nice, but this is just universal without having to activate an actual activatable ability. Alright, the rest of you are good. Morglus. You're moving here and you're gonna sit there until Klubba is ready for you, or at least those, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that sufficient? I'm gonna say it is. If we put a couple of river trolls in there, it'll be sufficient. Alrighty, that's you. Grotzlik, you're alright. I check you every turn, and every turn I get annoyed at myself for forgetting that I don't need to check you. Alrighty, you guys. Maybe it's time to head across the water. We've been annoying the Imperials here. I'm a little bit worried about you guys getting attacked by multiple armies. On the other hand, if you move together, you'll make... what is this? Yeah, you know what? You're raiding armies right now, so just back off. Stay together. We'll deal with you later. Alrighty, WAAAGH, you have hunted down one dwarf army. Let's see if we can't find another. Go into march stance. Let's see if we can't catch Mr. Durak Redmane. Bartorg Backbiter, you why are you suffering attrition? Standstill. Oh. Okay, fair enough. You are going to just march stance fast as you can go. Alright, a Turg, we've already checked you. And who's Nashrek again? Oh, right, you're recruiting the... you're recruiting the big ol' squiggies. You, Arachnic Spiderclaw. How do we need to do this with you? Oh, wait, you are delivering... Okay, you're recruiting, everything's fine. I guess we could leave... I'll leave the Wolf Rider chariots here. The Wolf Rider chariot? Those aren't chariots. You know what I mean. I'll leave these guys here. And then keep moving. You're going to join the Spider Army and then swap units. Yes, you are missing the Ragnarok Shrine, but we need to actually build it first. And we don't have the... we don't have the growth yet. The population surplus, rather. But we'll get it. Skarsnik, I'd love for you to start on the... Tomb Kings, but I feel that if this army goes this way... Well, this army isn't really expected to be fighting. You know what, the Skarsnik still proceed this way, I guess. At least for now. You're going to be hitting the Empire together with Gorbad, but again, it's going to take a little bit of time before Gorbad gets here. Spite, your army is nearly complete. Well, isn't it lovely? You're going to have a lot of fun. You are missing a River Troll Hag, but that's about it. Zugrak Armbreaker. I wish I remembered who you were. What's your trait? Arachnophiliac. Okay, I know who you are. And you're going this way to join this army. Tech Thief. Our first Tech Thief. Let's see if he can thief some tech. Start with Worcester. Oh, you can reach... you can reach... Kroppenleben. Are you going to die immediately? No! Wow. I'm impressed. Shocked and impressed. Deslimy and Defishy. I like how the "da" for Deslimy is lowercase, but Defishy is capitalized. I guess Fishy is more important than Slimy. Interesting. That's the River Troll Hag hierarchy for you folks. Now you know. These are the questions. All right, you keep moving this way. Grimfang, you are going to join Skarsnik. Much more menacing name, which feels appropriate for the Warlord of 8 Peaks. Scout, you are going to fight in the Red Eye, which you have found. All right. That's the Red Eye. What about Grom Scout? You are going this way past the Wood Elves, who, again, will probably declare war on us, but it is what it is. Alrighty, let's do building. Such as it is. Probably won't be too much since we've done most of it. Citadel of Myrmidia, you're holding on to your points either for a tier 5 Rogue Idol thing, or maybe the Gabo Metropolis. It would be nice to immediately be able to unlock the Gabo Metropolis as fast as we can. Borovska, you're near to tier 5 and thus we cannot build anything. Old Silk Road, you are not near anything, so we are free to upgrade the Gabo town. And then here in Broken Tooth Hold, we definitely want the Beast Layers. We have a Stomping Grounds here, which is great. But I don't like any of these River Troll Hags, and while we do have the money at this current time to mill through them, I'm a little bit worried about doing so, so we'll wait. And we'll hold on to the capacity as well. Want to build the Gut Tower? I guess we could build the Gut Tower, whatever. Go for it. River Treblex, what are we waiting to build here? I guess the Gabo Town? We could wait until we're tier 5 and reach the Deep Spider layer. Man, we're going to need a lot more Ragnarok capacity than we currently have. Nonetheless, build the Gabo City at least to start. Because the other place will take care of business otherwise. You can build the stunty cages. We need growth now since we're requiring capacities. So, you will build... Okay, well, you're building the Horde. That's obvious. And then you're building the raiding stashes. Skull Chasm. We do need more Shaman's Huts as well. Especially since we want to replace the shamanic teepee in the main structure and our capacity is starting to drop again. Fine. We'll build another freaking shaman hut. Alright, what about you? Karnos Forest. We probably want to save the points for the Gabo City. I think we'll do that. Get as many of those up and running as possible and as quickly as we can. You, Shaman's Hovel, go for it. Black Peninsula, yes to the Raiden hideout. And frankly, we're probably going to replace the Dahords in this particular territory because, well, then again, in this one place, because it has the ports, it might actually generate decent cash with it. You upgrade the Shaman's Hovel, just so we don't have to look at it. Morton's Home, you're heading to tier 5, so you're not upgrading anything. The Ashridge Mountains, we just had the war declaration against us, and we'll probably have to build defenses. Hagdar's Lair, ooh, you get 1 turn. Hopefully you survive. Let's, however, invest in the Squig Nest. Let's build the Raiden hideouts, and we will also here want some sort of capacities. At least, I mean, if we get Darkhold, it'll be a decent money-making province, but, might be worth our time to get capacities of some kinds. We could get Shaman's Hovel. Maybe we'll need a River Troll Hag in every single bloody settlement, so this is probably the better pick here. Plus a couple of Garrison Trolls ain't too bad either. Minus the fact that there won't be any at Hagdar's Lair, which is the most likely to get attacked. On the other hand, you know what? No, let's start with the Shaman's Hut. I just realized we could get a few more tech thieves and then complete our technologies, which is probably also good. Greenskin burrows for you, and then we'll go for the Yumi pens or pile of shiny stuff here. Trantine Hills. This place will soon start collecting money, which is great. Let's go for the boss's camp. Let's go for the Raiden stashes. And then the capacities that we'll want here. We're out of Goblin Big Boss capacities, and this place has 4 territories, which probably means we can use it to actually generate money, meaning I think we'll do double up on Goblin camps. Yeah. Alrighty, what about you? Pavona, yes to the Yumi pens for additional public order faction-wide. You can collect a little bit of money now, since you're positive. Although it's so little money that the growth might actually be worth more, so you know what? Never mind. Don't collect any money. Glow Pit, you're fine as you are. Just keep growing and glowing. You... yeah, your growth is terrible. Just build a growth building. That'll help to some degree. I guess we can build this here. Who knows, maybe upgrading it will do something for us. Al Dente, yes to the stunty cages and more faction-wide growth. Flying Fortress, no, we're not wasting points on the shamanic teepee, because we can build it elsewhere. The Beast Stone, you are going to be repaired, you are going to be deleted, you are going to be a Raiden stash and a pile of shiny stuff, and then the Lost Idol, we can upgrade you. Oh, it's actually great that we went for the Beast Stone before the Pillar of Bones, because this wasn't tier 5 before, and it will now be. You, Karataman's Tomb, Gabo Tunnels, and Raiden Stashes, and I believe that's it. Last thing, all that public order that we just fixed everywhere, it's about to go away. Okay, well, Confederation time. The game will never let us be free of this. And yes, I could just say no to the Confederation, but I'm not going to do that. Province, Wolflands, Silver Road, Wolf Edge, Crossroads, West Darklands, dang. Alright, it's a decent little pickup. What do we have here? Tusk Sun's Hole, delete, 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 uncollect income, Camp Ruckus, and Boss's Tent, and Raiden stashes. Oh, huh. We've got Mr. Beastman. Oh, you have a settlement, but you're also unable to ally with us. Huh, I guess Torax is also useless. Well, that's a shame. I guess maybe only Chaos can ally with Beastmen and they refuse to ally with Orcs? Possibility. A distinct possibility. Den of the Great Wolves, delete that, uncollect the income, and go into Camp Ruckus. We have... an interesting situation here. Don't collect income, go into Camp Ruckus, delete the Squig cages. Hello, Big Fort. Upkeep production for Black Orcs and Biggins faction-wide. I did not know that this was here. Well, this was serendipitous. Yes, delete this. We need to fortify this place. You know what? It's not going to be a military structure, so keep the Shaman's Hovel, maybe? Mushroom Distillery. Assuming we build a defensive structure, we'll still need space for raiding stashes, so yeah. Also, double check Berserker. I don't dislike the idea of a Berserk Orc Shaman. Could put you into some army. I'm gonna wait on you. Maybe a couple of you. Make some really fighty, strong damage-dealing shamans just because we can. Anyway, this place is now fine. We got other territories. Agril Migdal. Delete this. Don't collect income, and then Camp Ruckus. Alright, we did those. We still have this entire province that we got. Alright, let's see what the AI did to this province. Oh, it's actually got a boss's camp. Good for you. Don't need the Tinkerer's Bench. I do like the fact that the Tinkerer's Bench provide us scrap, though. Nonetheless. We have another Savage Orc host. I might build it just to get access to the Savage Orcs. We don't need the Shaman's Hovel here. We will, however, go for the shiny stuff. Delete these. Go for the... Keep a shiny stuff. Maybe this is another location where we'll want defenses, although these places will be closer to enemies, so maybe not as much. I think we want the Sacred Spider layers pretty much everywhere because we need capacity for them, so we'll leave those up and running. I guess we'll have to get rid of the Stomping Grounds, although I would eventually want the capacity for the... wait. Yeah, it's +2 capacity for Rogue Idols, so we'll definitely need a few more of these eventually. Well, either way, Camp Ruckus, we have the boss's tent, we need to delete something here, and I guess out of all of these, it's gonna have to be the Tinkerer's Bench, because it also causes negative control, which ain't so great. Alrighty, and I believe that's it. Now, Mr. Zoc, and hello, who do we have here? A Skaven Denial. I don't like that, but you are a Skinna. On the other hand, you're a Night Goblin, Big Boss, so unless this is a Night Goblin army, it's got some Night Goblins. But it's not so Night Goblin heavy that we need you right now. Unless you have items, which you do not. Goodbye. If we need you, we'll call you. Alrighty, what about Zoc? You have the Shroomius. Ugh, we keep getting the Shroomius, which is a garbage trait, especially since we get Madcap Mushrooms anyway. This trait needs to be looked at. I don't know who missed this. Man, these guys don't have a single unit from the... WAAAGH completions. It's a little bit disappointing, but it is what it is. So you have nothing, and I believe we can just kill you off, reset you. We don't need you. Alrighty, and then Mr. Zoc. I assume you can take Dead Rock Gap. There's basically nothing there. So go here, raid, and then proceed towards it. Especially since this will be a full territory once we grab it, and the gold mines do generate tons of cash. Oh, I guess we will need a horde here, meaning, funnily enough, the totem pole that we built will probably have to be deleted. Alright, fine. Goodbye, totem pole. Sorry. Alrighty. There we go. That is now good, unless I'm mistaken. Minus 12,000 gold per turn, but we have 10 turns worth of that in the bank. I do wish that the Greenskins didn't start hating us for this, but it is what it is. Oh, we also need to pay attention to these guys. They will take one of our settlements if we're not ready. Oh, actually, I also forgot about this. We need... You know what? I think we're gonna build this thing here. The Savage Orc Gathering. I know it doesn't provide capacity because somebody made a dumb decision, but, well, whatever. We don't need the biggest here. Although, could get another one of these Savage Orc Shamans on field. Frankly, oh, you guys are only recruited rank 4? I thought we could recruit that to rank 8 in other places. Weird. I don't particularly like the Orc War Bosses. They seem by far the worst of the lords. Although, plus 10 armor when attacking. Maybe never mind. Gorfang Rotgut, maybe we'll use you. I'm just double checking that there's nobody at a higher rank, and you have 7 battle skills. Oh, that's concerning. Let's see what you got. The AI probably screwed you over. You got Riders, and you got Death from Above. Pretty bad. No Dagobos and Dubois. You need one of the two. You can get back here, though. And maybe I should have gone for Caster, but it is what it is. Let's use global recruitment, because the enemy is bound to attack us. Let's get a few... Let's get a couple squig herds. Let's get 4 squig herds. 3 snoutling pump wagons, and then make a basic line of, I guess, spear boys. Who knows how close these guys are, and we will build a proper army. It's just that we need something, anything, to sit there while the enemy attacks. Anyway, now we can end the turn. A bit of admin, but hardly surprising considering the Confederation, the yet another Confederation. Now we just really need to win some battles to get the public order fixed again. Alright, nobody attacked us, which is a little bit unfortunate just by virtue of the fact that we would want somebody to attack us in order to get the bonuses, but whatever. Dung Shoveler, hello. Not for you, Drumpla. We need these on Skarsnik and any army that's really liable to be attempting an ambush. Wounded Ublug Orc Shaman. We just got him on field. How dare you? Ready for duty, Dusty Orc War Boss, rank 13, not bad. Lord Recruit rank +5, which means we can now start doing Oglok the Orbital and get him on field rather soon, especially since his Black Orcs and his Boar Boys are on the way. Lovely. Now the other main thing... Oh, wow. Okay, well, Capellia is obviously going to fall. Man. I knew I should have gone after these guys, but whatever. You're probably going to take severe damage fighting these guys. I think, unfortunately, we have to back off. And, well, you can ambush... Alright, go to the edge of this. I assume these guys are going to attempt to attack Capelli, and then we'll hopefully reinforce it. We'll be back for you, Caesarea Wood. Don't you worry. Anyway, since I think... Let me just see here. What do we have here? Can we reach this? Oh, we can't reach it. Alright, fair enough. Fair enough. Alright, folks, I think with that, unfortunately, we're out of time, and I'm going to have to call this episode here. There doesn't appear to be any battle that we can fight. I mean, oh, wow, 1600 rating, not bad. There doesn't... Oh, wow, we're at minus 20k per turn. Maybe I jumped the gun a little bit with the over-recruitment over the last few turns, but, well, it just means we're going to have to fight harder and faster. And... Verezzo... I got some good stuff there. I wonder who to move where. We got another 2 stacks here as well. We got, well, we need to reach this for WAAAGH purposes anyway. What I do like about this is that it is a major settlement and it does not have that thing. You know, the thing? But we won't be able to sack it because we don't have the range unless we have somebody else that can move in and occupy it immediately, which I fear we... Actually, you might be able to reach it immediately right after. Anyway, we're gonna have to figure that out and decide it next time. That'll be the major fight for next episode, and I will deal with... Well, I'll start now dealing with at least some of the admin in between the episodes, or more of the admin in between the episodes, so we can have a little bit more screen time and less admin time now that the campaign is on in its sort of latter portion. And... okay, the drop cap should be an easy take. Don't like that attitude reduction. What we have to do, I think, is build a lot more of those buildings that give us more relationship with other Greenskins at the cost of relationship with other factions, and just hope that that will suffice with keeping Moors and whatever other friendly Skaven on our side. Anyway, like I said, calling it here. Next time, more Orky stuff, as there tends to be. So stay tuned. Don't forget to leave those likes and comments below, as they will determine how long the campaign will run for. All glory to the algorithm. And thanks for watching.